The only downside to having a light colored dog but a dark colored wardrobe is the fact that you just get covered in dog fur. Friends, hello! Welcome back to Amethyst Craftworks. I am Samantha, and good morning to you today on this Wednesday morning. We've got our coffee as usual, and we need it today. We kind of need it every day. I don't know about you guys, but in my area, in my neck of the woods in Pennsylvania, it is quite chilly here in the mornings. It does warm up quite a bit throughout the day to, I would say comfortable levels. But I am always frozen in the morning, hence the beanie, hence the double layer hoodie. But that's not what we are here for. What we are here for is a Movie Marquee Challenge update in October. I am chugging along here. I am patting myself on the back this month because last month I kind of let things fall by the wayside, but not in October. I've got quite a lot done. In fact, I am done early for the month, which I am incredibly excited about. And I've got some stuff to show you. So if you're ready for an update, maybe grab yourself a nice cup of coffee, a nice hot cup of coffee, and let's actually get into the update. So first of all, if you're unfamiliar with the Movie Marquee Challenge, it is a year-long 2023 challenge between me, Heather the Crochet Witch, and Bella from Bella's Crocheted Gifts. Hello, my friends. The three of us are taking turns picking a movie each month, and then everybody in that month that is participating is picking colors and inspiration from that movie's poster to inspire a project. Whether it is a full project based on that movie or a part of a project that is going to culminate in something at the end of the year, right? And that's what my project is, because I'm making granny squares for a cardigan, and I'm over making squares for a cardigan, let's be real. But I have got all my squares done for the month of October with a little less than a week left in the month, so we are doing pretty good here in October. But I've also got some other things to show you too. And so let's get into the update now, since I have given you the prerequisites for the project. So the first thing that I'm going to discuss with you here, I will direct your attention up here to a link to my most recent video. I put it out last Friday of me working on the Movie Marquee and making this. Now this is the back panel to my said granny square cardigan. I've got all the various months up till now, up till October. October is down here, attached here with some extra exceptions. I've got a couple for, let's see, I got a couple for Star Wars. These three here are Hocus Pocus. I've got two for Spirited Away. And I think that's it. I think everything else is one each. But, the back panel was going to be 4x4, so 16 squares. And we only had 12 months, of course. So, yeah, I had to double up on them. And I picked the ones that were meaningful to me to have more than one. Like Han and Leia, the Sanderson sisters, and I mean Haku and Chihiro, who these squares are based on. Like, when I made them, I said to myself, no matter what I do, these two squares have to be next to each other, right? Because Haku and Chihiro, if you know, you know, right? But this is, I would say, Well, it is 10/12 of the way done, because down here at the bottom is where I stopped, because this is dark shadow. Sorry, maybe I need another sip of coffee here. Hold on. Let's get my brain awakened here with some caffeine. Dark Shadows is here, and then this square is one that I made for this month, which is Violet Night. This square I didn't show you guys in my actual last Movie Marquee Challenge update because I finished it after that. I only had 3 squares done and my applique done. But I finished the applique, sewing it down onto the square, and I finished the other 3 squares that I was making, and so this one made it onto the back panel. And yeah, it's like the amazing Technicolor movie dream coat, right? It is so fun and funky, and this is exactly what I was going for. Like, the back panel on this cardigan, I dare say, looks even more fun and funky than the front panels are going to. Although, I mean, the front panels are where all the appliques are going. And what a segue! What a segue that is! Because let's talk about my applique. So I sewed it down to the peppermint inspired square. I think very likely the movie poster is still not up, so I will put it up again, because this color arrangement, I mean, all the colors for October are based on that poster, but this one in particular is based on the cigar candy cane that is in Santa's mouth. And I made a free-handed applique, I can even hold it up to you here, of Skull Crusher, which is Santa's weapon of choice. Which is not a sentence you really ever think you're going to say, but if you've seen the movie, then you know that's exactly what Skull Crusher is. And so yeah, this is done. It is attached on here, which means I've got July, August, September, and October now. I've got 4 of the last 6 months of front panel squares, because that's where these are going. I've got not a gravestone. Boy, that coffee needs to kick in quickly here. A coffin. I've got a coffin and a vampire mouth with the teeth, on one square. I've got Thor's helmet wings on another square. And I've got crisscrossed lightsabers on another square. Those are my four movie squares for the second half of the year. And so they're all gonna go across my chest here on the front panels of my cardigan. But then, oh, head's itchy. The last things that I've got to show you, I think I showed you this one last time. I think this was one of the first ones I did. And I think this one was one of the first ones that I did. But then the one that is attached to my back panel is the 4th one. The 5th one I also showed you in that video, because I was debating whether or not I wanted this one on my back panel or one that had red in it, but I went with the one with red. So these are the heathered colors. So the jeans, line brand jeans, and then the Big Twist Value heathered colors to represent the snow and the sky, a little wintry. So there's that one. And then the last one combines the red, the 2 shades of red. Can you tell? There you go. Maybe you can see there. I hope you can. 2 shades of red and then the heathered colors. And I think I was successful in avoiding patriotic looking squares, Americana patriotic looking squares, with the colors red, white, and blue, as well as gray. There's gray in there too. But I don't think these necessarily, especially this one, I was so afraid this one was going to look like an Americana 4th of July square instead of Christmas wintry, like Santa's red with the wintry snowy sky, right? Like that's what I was going for. And I think I was successful enough. I think it looks pretty good. I like these squares. I like them a lot more than I thought I would, especially this one and the one that I attached to my actual back panel. I think they look wintry instead of 4th of July. Please don't tell me if you disagree, right? But yeah, I've got them all done. All 5 plain squares are done. And my applique square is done as well. Since this is the 4th square, it's going like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think he, Skull Crusher, I think is going to face this way, although I could do it this way too, but I think it looks better like that, right? And so I've got 4 of the applique squares done, which means I could start attaching them as well. But since I'm doing Heather's continuous join, which I will link you to down below, I will also link you to I can't link you to the pattern for the applique this time because this was a Amethyst Craftworks original, if you couldn't tell. But I will link you to the tutorial of Heather's as well that I use for the granny squares, the plain squares. Where was I going with that? Oh, since I'm using the continuous join and I'm stopping at the bottom here on this particular square panel, I mean, it is a square. It is going to be 4x4, but on this panel, since I'm stopping down here, I've got 2 more left to attach, right? Because we still have November and December. So I have my yarn attached to the panel itself. I can't finish it, right? It is the same for the other sleeve, which I didn't finish in that video because, again, I've only got 4 squares of the 6 movie squares that need to be in a 9x9 square. I know it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I don't have all the squares to put into the sleeve, not counting the doubled up movies that I'm going to put in there very likely to make up 9 out of 6. Is this, my brain, is this making sense? So I didn't start that, and I didn't start assembling my front panel either. And the whole reason why is because I don't have like 2 other full skeins of Big Twist Value in black to leave attached to my project, right? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I have to leave it attached because I don't want to cut it. I just want to keep on going. That's the whole reason why I'm using Heather's continuous join, is because I don't have to cut my yarn. When I've got the next square that goes here, all I have to do is pull my progress keeper out and just start, connecting with the continuous join. So I don't necessarily want a sleeve with a whole ball skein of yarn attached to it, and then the front panel as well with yet another full skein attached to it. I will very likely use that amount of yarn to attach and do borders, and I want to attach, I have a hood as well. I want to do some around the front part of the hood to make it a little bit longer. So on and so forth. I'm going to use all of that black yarn, but I don't think I have the balls, the skeins, to actually attach them, have like one attached to each section. And so I haven't started on that. When I do, though, I think I might in November, once I've got November squares done, I might actually just bite the bullet and maybe wind off half of this that's left, or, whatever, and start that with the sleeve and the front panel, get them started to be attached. because the more that I do now before the end of the year, the more future Samantha will love me, right? I am so glad that I've got the bulk of this done because this is going to save me so much time, so much stress. You get what I'm saying here. I've been saying it. I feel like I've been saying it since probably July, and then it took me till late October to actually do it. So I know future me will appreciate the effort of past me, and it's fine. We will get it done. We will figure it out. If I need more black, I mean, darn, I've got to go shopping for more yarn, right? Like, it's not a big deal. I can do that. We'll see, though. We'll see. But yeah, that's my update. My squares are done. My applique is done. A big portion of the back panel is done. My other sleeve is done, or one sleeve is done. I've got a good head start on the movie marquee. And so I thank you so much for joining me here on today's video, as well as that crochet vlog where I started assembling things. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the likes and the comments and the subscribes. You know, we are very close to 500 friends here, which absolutely blows my mind. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so. You know, I would love to have you join us here. And until I've got another update on the movie marquee, probably not till November because I'm done for October, then yes, I will just catch you then. Take care. Goodbye.